We're back. It's not episode 9. Can you believe we made it this far?
Yes.
So I'm here with Mark Shaxfield.
Hello.
James Peckham.
Hello.
John McCann.
Good morning.
And this guy, Gareth Beavis. And we've got a lovely producer, Gita Mitra, in the house. She'll be popping up every so often. So we're going to start with the competition. Do you want to win a pair of Samsung level-in headphones?
Yes, please.
You can't win. But the readers and listeners can, mostly listeners, because all they have to do is listen out for how many times we say the word phone.
1.
Yep, that counts as 1. How many times we say the word phone
2.
during this podcast?
Don't help them.
All they have to do is tweet the answer as soon as possible to @TechRadar on Twitter, and with the hashtag IGNG. That's the hashtag IGNG. How many times do we say the word phone?
3.
2.
I've got to stop doing that.
And tweet @TechRadar with the hashtag IGNG. Simple as that. The first person to give us the right answer will win the headphones. It's well easy.
Nice.
Okay, we're going straight into the what if question. This week we had the HTC HD2. A 6-year-old Windows mobile phone has been upgraded to Android 6.
What a phone, honestly.
That is mental. I love it because people just won't let this phone die. It will just keep going and going, and it will have Android 49 or whatever and Windows 15 because they just won't let it go, and that's great. It's got such poor specs. But anyway, so if you could update any old original piece of tech and make it up to date, what would it be? Let's give you an example. We had the Casio calculator watch with a pebble screen. That would be a good example. That's not my answer. Mine's better. John McCann, start us off.
Now, I absolutely loved my Game Boy Pocket translucent casing, but there were a couple of issues. Firstly, there was no backlight, so playing in the back of the car on the way back from my nan's at like 8 o'clock in the evening, which was well late.
Or when you're meant to be asleep
and
under the duvet.
And you're on the motorway, and you're having to catch like each light on the motorway as you flash past to try and like do your game. It's quite difficult.
Did you have the magnifier with the lights?
I did have a magnifier with the lights, but all quite bulky.
Ran out of battery sometimes.
So
probably.
yeah, let's upgrade. So I've got 3 upgrades. Count them, 1, 2, 3.
Three?
First upgrade for the Game Boy Pocket to bring it up to date. A backlit display. Doesn't need to be colour. Just
Okay.
backlight it. Thank you very much. The backlight did come in with the SP, but that was just an awful design. I want that classic
Keep
Pocket
going.
design. Love that. Battery, not your AAA batteries. Let's put a rechargeable battery in there. Let's make it bigger. Not the size of the casing, but you can definitely put a bigger battery in
That
there.
would last ages with the kind of today's
Exactly,
technology.
exactly. And thirdly, a better speaker.
Yeah. Get some
and-
boom sound speakers on, HTC ones.
Exactly, they would
Smash out.
definitely
Strap
fit.
them on.
And
So-
I would
Strap them on.
I would play that all day, mate.
Would you
All
have
day.
modern titles on it, or do you want the games?
No. Let's not mess about with the classics, my
Yeah.
friend.
Okay, James.
Okay, nice. Okay, well I've got a little
That's a
bit
good. That's a
different
good
here.
start, by the way.
Yeah, definitely.
So-
I've definitely not done that well. So I want to update the touchscreens in train stations. It's one of my most
John's
hated
looking
things.
safe right now. I'll be honest.
It's one of my most hated things that we've got amazing touchscreens on phones and tablets and everything, and you still go to the train station and you're trying to press that button for where you want to go, and they're still awful. No matter, even if they're updated today, they're still awful. And you get these really good ones in like Tesco's or whatever whenever you're shopping. Train stations still can't do that.
So you basically just want to put a better touchscreen on train platforms.
Pretty much.
That's really dull. That's
Something I really want though.
Sorry, I fell asleep.
Yeah,
It's alright, Mark can save us.
exactly.
Oh,
James,
on, Mark.
I don't think you've won this week. I'll be honest.
Well, can I just say that
You got unlimited resource mentally. Your entire imagination was available
I'm being
here,
honest,
and
that's what I
something you
that's
saw
my
this
number one
morning.
want.
Okay, fine. Chakalak.
Can I just say that the original idea of the calculator was mine?
Yeah,
So
okay,
that's
fine.
a point already.
But I didn't want to ruin that for you.
It's
No,
an
that's fine. That's
okay
fine.
point.
So I didn't know that I had to come up with a couple of others, but I have, so that's fine. I'm thinking on the thick feet. What
You're
about
sitting
a really
down, so
old
that's
CRT TV, but with 4K screen? That would look awesome.
No.
I'm losing them.
Okay.
What about the iPod Classic, but with iOS 9?
Okay, talk me through it.
Well, still using the kind of scroll
click wheel.
but with iOS 9 graphics and everything, that would look awesome.
But when you think on your feet, what
Yeah,
happens?
I've
Have you
not-
ever been hit by a car?
Yeah,
Just-
a few times.
Just buy an iPhone.
No.
Phone.
An
iPod
iPhone
Touch?
hasn't got a click wheel.
So if you're gonna,
I like the click wheel. I like
Are you
the
gonna
way
have
it
apps
clicked
on there?
and had a wheel.
are you gonna have apps on this?
Yep. So you'd have to.
So how are you gonna sign into something?
You click through
24
like A to
scroll.
Z. Yeah.
Okay,
So when you're
wow.
doing Twitter, you have to go through the click wheel
Okay.
to go through all the 140
140
characters.
times.
Yeah. It'll take
All
a
right.
couple of hours.
To be
but-
honest, there is something quite soothing about
Yeah, I do love the click
a
wheel.
wheel.
Yeah.
I had the Rio Carbon, which had a really small scroll wheel in the top right corner, and I absolutely loved it.
physical movement is quite good.
Oh, that was the one that had the. It wasn't a scroll,
Still-
was it? Was it the
Yeah,
up
it
and
was,
downy one?
No, Trust me, I had it. I know what it is. I bought one off eBay about 6 months ago, and it literally just sits in the drawer by my bed. And every now and then I open my drawer and I'm like, oh, you were amazing.
You could have had the magic gadget drawer here and you wasted it. Okay, so my idea is I'd like to see the NES rebooted. So I love the NES with all my little heart. I love my favourite games are Mario Brothers, the first one, and Duck Hunt. I'd like that to be Duck Hunt, and I would like to see that with a VR headset, so you can go into those games and play them with the VR 360.
One of the demos, actually.
Okay.
That wouldn't work on a 2D platform, though.
Yeah, but you'd have to say the whole point of the HTC HD2 was then working so hard to code today's stuff onto old hardware, doing the same again. You'd have to reboot like the whole of Bowser's Castle in 2D, like Duke Nukem, but you could walk around it and jump over. That would be so good.
One of the Oculus
Imagine the Bowser's flames coming to your face.
That would be cool. One of the Oculus Rift demos is very similar to Duck Hunt, actually, and it is pretty cool. Yeah, so you're kind of moving around your head and stuff, shooting birds.
I'd just like to point out that Gareth shot down my original idea because he said that changing a game's graphics wasn't...
Same graphics, though. Same graphics.
No, it's not, because you're
same
rebooting. If you're going around in...
The hardware is a VR headset. And
which already exists.
I want to see the same level of hardware console graphics.
All you're talking about is the game remastered for VR.
No, I'm adding 3D. I'm adding 360.
I think he's out of this one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm adding 360.
That doesn't count.
No.
Oh, well,
You can't change the rules.
Well, it's my game. I've just won the points. Well done, me. So, moving on. So, this week, into the week that was, as it were, you could say, the Galaxy S7. We have seen a possible render of it, and it looks a lot like the S6. Is Samsung doing an Apple and having an S variant of the S? So the S6S. Would they get some success with the S6S? Yes, Chackers, go.
I'm so lost.
I'm just nodding at you, S6S success. The S7 is a phone, isn't it?
Yes.
It is a phone. Okay, good. Just making sure that it's definitely a phone. Okay.
Of course it is. Yes,
I think if they call it the Galaxy S7 and make it a variant, then they're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
So they need to call it the S7S or something the S6.
Okay, but do you think that Samsung can get away with rebooting the same shape again?
I think Samsung has a
So
lot
why
of
can
trouble to do
Samsung
that
not
again.
do it and Apple can?
Because Apple have got a really passionate fan base where Samsung have.
I felt like you didn't have a point that you had one point to say.
But Samsung should be able to get away with it with the Galaxy S6. The Galaxy S6 is a lovely looking phone.
Yeah.
It looks brilliant. So, and especially the Edge version. So they should just be able to do that and then just upgrade the internals. It won't work if they do that, but they should have the...
It doesn't surprise me that it's not rebooting it. And they've sort of done similar things, S3 to S4 to S5. Yes, they are different, but they weren't majorly different. The S5 to S6 is the sort of first major leap, potentially, since S2 to S3.
But I think what the point is really, if it looks so similar, like the S6, the 6 to the 6S with Apple, that you can't tell it's a different phone. I think that loses something.
I'm not a fan.
The S3 to the S4, they do
6S
look the same. They do look quite similar, but you can tell very easily the different phones. And the S4 had loads of gimmicks, whatever didn't work. But at least they were clearly different phones, a slightly bigger screen, etc. And I think every brand, even Apple, should have to do that. I think
I don't like it when Apple has its year off designing things and just upgrade stuff because that isn't.
I
love
new
fair on the
phones.
consumers.
Yeah.
And also, you're right about if you get your phone out in public, people ask straight away, is it an iPhone 6 or an iPhone 6? You don't know because you can't physically see the difference. I think that's a problem.
True. But so in terms of the iPhone, moving on very swiftly, we've seen this week the iPhone new battery case from Apple. It's the first time, and I can't believe it's taken this long to bring out a battery case for the iPhone officially from Apple. Does it feel like an admission that the battery life isn't good enough? I mean, why do it now?
The crazy thing is, the iPhone 6S is the
longest lasting.
Exactly, the best battery performance yet.
Yeah.
It's the one which has got the battery case, and people have been screaming out for these since.
It's really odd why they've done
days.
it. Really
But, I mean,
odd.
do you think it looks good?
No.
I mean, it's got an unsightly bulge at the back. It looks like an HTC Incredible.
Somebody made a really good point on Twitter. Don't know who it was. Research there. Look at that. That it might look because it looks awful. I just genuinely think it looks really bad.
It doesn't look awful. It just looks. It's
There
just
are
a
much
big
worse
bulge.
battery.
Yeah.
There are much worse looking battery cases.
Just looking at Gareth's notes here, it does say fugly. So that means that he does think it's awful.
Yeah, that was a note to discuss. Fugly.
Oh, okay. You missed the question mark. Yeah. No, I do think it looks pretty bad. But they reckon it might be because the amount of patents that Mophie have got with their battery cases, that's the reason that Apple actually probably could make a much better looking thing, but because Mophie's got so many of the patents, so that's really interesting. Because it just feels very un-Apple, the whole thing.
I like the point that someone pointed out that it looks like an iPhone 6S has just swallowed an iPhone 4.
It does, yeah.
Or an iPod Nano.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think so. I saw a tweet. Someone was saying if you needed any proof that Johnny and I were taking summer holidays, this is the
this is the year.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, so in terms of patents, another lovely segue. In the Samsung battle again, we saw that the iPad could have been something very different. It could have been an iPod, a big iPod. I'm pretty sure I've seen this before anyway, and these are just resurfaced. But a bigger iPod with a kickstand, which means it had the pull-out stand at the back. It was basically sat on the table. It looked like an iPod. It was a bit thicker, or whatever. Would that have worked? Did Apple take the right line, or would that have been really fugly?
The renders that have surfaced are an ugly implementation, but they just need to be refined in the correct Apple way. Then I think it definitely could work. The number of times I'm there with my iPad and I don't have the cover on it, and I'm just there, and it's as slippery as anything.
Yeah.
It's really difficult to prop up if you don't have a cover.
So should all the
Just sat on the
iPhones
train
come
or
with a
something.
kickstand? Should all
iPhones?
iPads? Sorry.
You
No.
need to come. It needs to come with a cover or something.
Does
because
iPhone count as phone?
I'm
going to say no.
No, I say no.
Okay, and does phones count as phone?
No.
Okay, so singular phone.
Singular phone.
Let's hope people
Does that count?
Let us know.
Yeah.
It was interesting to see the original. Well, I think it was people making what an iPhone would look like. But when that originally came out, all the blueprint stuff, it looked like an iPod with the click wheel where you go around and stuff. So it is. That's what happens, isn't it? You look at the old technology first, and you can see that kind of gradually growing into the iPad, what the iPod was. So I can understand why it would have looked like that at the beginning. But I think I love the look of the iPad. I don't think it needs to change it much. But you're right, it needs to either come with a case.
Yeah.
Nobody should use an iPad without a case. It's just really, really difficult to use because it's big and it is slippy.
Yeah.
Or it should come with some sort of kickstand.
Well, you can buy one now. It's great.
all made of money go.
Mate, yeah, it's fine. In the office, we have a lovely, lovely moment every 3 or 4 days. Where,
The group hug.
yeah, well, that. And also where
Don't talk about the group hug.
Oh, sorry.
Editor-in-Chief Patrick Goss likes to kick back at lunchtime and watch TV, watch Netflix on his phone. And he does it with a stand, with a laptop and a big screen.
The
right
stand's a
behind him.
recent thing, isn't it?
It's like, and it really upsets Hugh, and it feels like it's sticking it to Hugh by having a stand in front of a bigger screen, both of which are connected to the internet.
Two bigger screens.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's got his iPhone, and then he's got his MacBook screen. Then there's a bigger screen, which is I think it's a Dell monitor or something. So there's two screens he could be using.
More often than not, his iPad is also in his bag. So this man is not poorly connected. Also, the stand itself, it sounds grand. It is not. It's an in-car phone holder with a suction cup which you suction onto your windshield. But he's instead found an old award in his drawer and suction cupped it to the award as the base. So it looks awful.
It's all about the
base.
base.
So many bigger screens in front of him, yet for some reason he chooses to suffer.
I don't mind him doing that. It's just more how much it upsets Hugh.
I think it's
But in the next year, he's going to have loads more stuff to watch on that, though, isn't he?
he is.
Because Netflix is going to be doubling up its original content. And see, this is Mark's addition into the running order. I'm unconvinced it's interesting, but he promises me it is.
Okay, so the story is that Netflix have promised 31 bits of new content next year. So that's TV series, it could be movies. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon 2 is coming out, isn't it?
Why is it a great thing, though?
What is it a great thing? Well, no, I didn't say it was a great thing. I said it's interesting. It's great for current subscribers because it means they're going to get really good, glossy, high value. You look at House of Cards and stuff; it's some of the best looking TV. It's all going to be done in 4K. So if you've got 4K TV, it's a really good way to get that content.
True.
But, and this is the big but, you've got a choice now. You've got to choose between Amazon Prime. Or if you've got a lot of money, you choose both, but Amazon Prime or Netflix. And the only way you're going to choose really is by the programs that they've got. And what Netflix are doing is creating as much original content as possible so they can start going, look, we've got The Defenders, we've got Jessica Jones, we've got this, and Amazon are going, oh, we've got Man in the High Castle.
Okay.
It's not beneficial for everybody.
Okay, but the question I've got, right, is not so much how many they're doing. Great, I don't really care they're doubling. I want to know what they're doing and how good it's going to be. Does that...
All we really know is the Marvel shows out of that, don't we?
Yeah.
Marvel shows, Crouching Tiger, and... Does that count? Does another series of House of Cards count in that 31?
I think it does. I think that's
that
still
won't
original
actually
programming.
be that much. They've already got 10 big IP kind of shows and movies and stuff going on at the moment. Adding a few extra to that isn't really that big. Because they even do like the Puss in Boots stuff and like.
John, have you got a Netflix account?
I don't.
Does this entice you onto Netflix because there's going to be more. Because I think the Netflix original stuff is really cool. Like Jessica Jones was wicked.
Yeah.
Love Daredevil.
Yeah.
You know, the Marvel stuff is brilliant. It shows they can do some great stuff.
For me personally, no, I'm not massive into the superheroes. Plus, I've got
Into the superheroes?
I'm not into
Me.
the superheroes. Not me. No, none of that.
No, go on.
Unbelievable stuff.
Go on,
That's,
Who's
that's
wired?
the sort of thing an undercover superhero would say, I think.
Gotta keep it on the down low.
Hoodie Man.
But no, I am a subscriber to Amazon Prime. I mean,
Right,
crazy.
there we go.
But the plus of that is it's getting the new Top Gear, which won't be called Top Gear, and I'm personally a big fan of that. So for me, that's a big franchise coming to that.
Yeah. So that's the thing, isn't it? Netflix need that one big franchise killer really to go.
And I mean, that Top Gear
choosing
stuff is
a
worldwide.
side because of that.
True.
And they haven't got that at the moment. House of Cards was meant to be it, I think, because it's now going to be in its 4th season. I don't think they've got that, and I think they're going to be really worried about the Top Gear reboot.
Yeah.
I think the House of Cards, it was before its time because it was the first one, and people didn't quite get Netflix.
It's all out at
a
one
few
point,
years
and
ago.
people didn't really understand
It was still
that,
quite
like-
new. They were like, "What is this?" But I already have a TV. Now people are understanding what all this stuff is about. I can see all of this helping boom both sides.
And I also think that streaming rights on TV programs that aren't their own are getting more and more complicated, and they're not getting great movies anymore. So that it really is thinning out the other content available.
I still think Netflix on a phone is still really great, but I think it could be better in terms of we're seeing 4K phones, or one 4K phone from Sony. You can't get 4K on it at the moment.
Yeah. No.
It's stuff like that. I think that needs to change definitely. But do you think this is going to make you want to hold your phone a lot more and use your phone and try and?
Only if the network capabilities are good enough.
Yeah.
Because if I'm at home, there's no point. I've got tablets, I've got TVs. But the most times that I'm on a train and I'm like, it would just be perfect if I could stream something, and you just can't.
And Netflix still doesn't let you download it.
In, out. It's just like, oh.
I love that John May has ruined.
No,
Go a segue? No,
What segue?
Oh, okay, no segue.
No, do you think you pick up your phone too much? John?
What are we going
What are we going
into?
into?
Your fingers are dirty.
Oh, so that's definitely not a segue,
Yeah,
is it?
no,
That's
and
not a
your
segue to
fingers are
another
dirty,
story.
Mark. Your fingers are dirty.
Are they?
Yeah, I've got your name.
Just wash
Jay.
my hands.
They're that dirty.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Turns because this is not necessarily something new. I saw last week there was a phone manufacturer, I can't remember the name of it, who have done a properly washable phone. And I thought, well, we've seen waterproof phones for a while. I didn't realise you're not supposed to wash them in soap because it can really mess up the speakers and stuff.
You make it sound like you wash your phones all the time in soap.
Well, I've had a go with the Sony ones. And
Scrub up my phone. What are you doing tonight?
The really
I'm
cool
just
thing about
scrubbing
that
my
phone.
phone.
The really cool thing about that phone is that it emits sonic waves to make sure that the soap doesn't go into the speaker and ruin it, which I think is pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
And
That
so
is
I
cool.
looked, just quickly Googled how dirty is your phone. I found an article on shape.com which now makes me hate phones. Not fully, obviously. But,
So you're saying that your phone's full of filth?
no.
Inside and out.
So the 4 reasons that your phone is really disgusting. We've got nose picking. Obviously, that
Who picks their nose with their phone?
Everything you do
Get it
transfers
out there.
across. So that's number 1, and obviously that brings over all them
Bogies.
Yeah, bogies. The bigger one. There's a lot. 1 in 6 phones is contaminated with poo because some people, I don't know who, look at their phone in the toilet. And
Say you.
Well, that's disturbing because I've actually put a lot of phones in my mouth before. so
Gareth,
That's a more interesting story.
So Gareth
washes his phone, John eats.
So just to be clear, apparently when you flush the toilet, it can give out a 6-foot spray of
Right, let's not
matter.
go down this route.
So that's how I can get on there.
Number 2.
Cooking. Apparently, this is separate again. 25% of tea towels have got E. coli, which we touch, thinking they're clean. Then we pick up our phones. We do recipes. Again, raw meat, anything. It transfers. You don't realise how much it goes, and it goes onto your phone. And even the gym. And this is the one. Germs can live on a even sanitised service up to 72 hours. You're there, gym, text, workout, whatever, and it goes on your phone. And now my phone is disgusting.
I'm not a fan of this scaremongering, Gareth, to be honest with
Well,
you.
you
You
know.
sound like a Dettol.
This sounds like something that Apple would put out and go, well, that's why you should use Siri all the time. And it's kind of
What?
that.
Wash my phone?
You don't touch it.
Oh, so you mean I was like...
Siri, I've washed my phone. What do I do? John keeps putting
No,
his
just like
phone
Siri,
in
wash
his
my
mouth.
phone, just starts vibrating and lathering itself.
Sonic waves happening.
But yeah, no, I want to do it more.
That's
I want to wash my phone more.
Let's discuss. I don't like that you brought this up because we all use phones. And
I
we're
think
all
it's
now
an
full of
interesting
filth.
one for the wider comments.
Yeah.
It certainly is.
Yeah.
How filthy is your phone?
What other comments have we got this week?
Oh, segue. So I didn't even get that. Okay, so again...
Can you not say segue every time? The listeners might think that we're actually quite decent at this. They won't, let's be honest.
Yeah, okay.
Phone.
So, comments. Comments. Hugh's not here again this week, but we're still going to call it Hugh's comments of the week.
QTube.
It's HughTube, is it?
QTube, it's genius.
You can't... Exactly. You can't sing HughTube. So Gareth said 50% of the ones I did last week were pretty boring, so I'm going to go.
I was being nice.
Now. You were being nice, okay. So first comment already.
Yeah, we've got a guest. Good. Yes,
you've got a guest. Yes, this is a game, an actual game. Okay, the first comment was on Twitter by somebody called @weedremoval, and the comment is: "Time to vomit some real rainbows. Time to vomit some real."
I know the story. Yeah,
got it. So the story is Snapchat was down for a lot of people this week. Ooh, then it went back up. That's a good story, isn't it? Went down, came back up.
A lot like a certain object photographed a lot on that app. Goes down and comes back up.
Why are you bringing this? Don't
Snapchat.
We're not talking about that sort of filthy phones. Right. The second comment is from Emma Burge on Facebook.
It's a more normal name.
Yeah. No more need for shopping trips. We can drink, dress, and game. No more need for shopping trips. We can drink, dress, and game. What was that story about?
Don't know.
I didn't know we wrote this actually, so it's quite interesting.
It feels like it's something to do with like a drone delivery service or something like that.
Close. Not that close. Okay, so basically...
Don't say close then.
It's a sort of service. Xbox One will let you virtually try on clothes before you buy. So this is the kind of virtual go in front of your Xbox.
It sounds amazing and the promos make it look good, but I can guarantee you it'll be awful. Yeah.
It'll probably be used in retail and stuff like that, but you're not going to do it at home, are you? Okay, so Geronimo Roda, and that's got an umlaut above the O.
So it's action hero.
It's a German action hero.
Where are we?
Geronimo Roda. We are back on Facebook.
We haven't left Facebook.
No, we haven't.
Yeah.
OMG, build a phone with a large battery in it, not around it.
The iPhone case.
Yeah, it's news of Apple's fugly battery pack. Of course it is. And the last one, Satish Kumar said on YouTube, seriously, no stock Android? Nah, mate, this is wrong. Seriously, no stock Android.
Literally any phone that is in the Nexus.
This is wrong.
No, it can't be the Windows phone. That was stupid. Motorola X-Force.
That's got stock Android.
Yeah.
Not quite stock, is it?
Yeah, but...
Alright, fine, okay.
It won't be that.
Okay.
It was somebody in our comments basically having a go at our smartphone speed test. So that was nice. So you didn't use stock Android, and that meant it's all wrong, mate.
Well, the Nexus 5X is isn't a good enough phone. So
there you go, Satish Kumar. The Nexus 5X is not a good enough phone.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people love stock Android so much.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think, fine, there's a lot of people that do love it. It's a blank canvas, brilliant. It just irritates me that it's seen by some people as seen as the best thing. I think, TouchWiz does slow things down, but it makes it a better operating system. And I don't know why I'm getting angry about this, but it just it's such a
comment on a somber note.
It's such a regular comment that stock Android is brilliant. And I just think, it's an option and it's really clean and it's nice, but it's just one option. And the Nexus 5X isn't as good. The 6P, good phone, coming up in our phablet speed test. And it's going to be lovely.
Well, seriously, no stock Android. No, mate, this is wrong.
Okay.
What else is brilliant, Gav?
The Magic Gadget Drawer.
Ooh.
Magic Gadget Drawer.
For the listeners that haven't heard, the Magic Gadget Drawer is a lovely place where we all have one in the house where we just put old things. But for us, it's a place to remember, a place to reminisce. In it so far, we've got the Nokia 3310, the original Star Wars trilogy.
Yep. It's not strictly a gadget, but still.
Hey, it counts. And the Commodore Amiga.
Yes, that was something that was contentious. We nearly didn't put it in.
Yeah, of course, it's a lovely colour of beige. So these are the things that we loved when we were younger, recently for us as well. But we want to, have posterity. We want to make them feel like they are the best of the best. This week, I've got another one for you guys, and I'm going to read it out, and you've got to try and guess what it is. It's not a phone.
Another game.
It's not a phone.
It's not a phone.
Okay, I nearly said the name of it. Because I was like, first up. So it was released in 1982, which means it's older than this guy.
Which guy?
Me.
Okay, cool.
This guy being me.
It's not older than me.
Yeah.
You old?
Yeah. Plexi wasn't born in the 80s.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, released in 1982. Any thoughts? Any off-the-cuff guesses?
The original Apple computer.
Okay, there are seven versions of this.
Oh, sellotape.
7 versions.
What? I like how you.
I like
know
how you were
yourself.
even confused
That is
by
something
that
that would be in
answer.
my magic bag.
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
said
sellotape.
7 versions of sellotape.
I'm sure there are if you count them up. Oh, other
Sellotape.
Other sellotapes are available as well.
What other kind of sellotape is
bigger
there?
you get really thin sellotape and fat sellotape. You get double-sided sellotape.
Okay, you got 4 so far. That's
Surely that's double-sided
colour tape, without a doubt.
That's
Yeah.
not
Is in
sellotape, is
there.
it?
You get the matte ones as well. That isn't
I
shiny.
wish I hadn't asked. Anyway, it's 7 versions, not
It's not
sellotape.
cellophane if it's matte.
Well, it's not sellotape anyway. It's sellotape.
Guess again.
Okay.
7
Well,
versions.
you want me to guess again?
7 versions.
Yes, anything's not better than sellotape. Literally anything with a battery in would be better than that.
7 versions.
Anyway, anyone?
Game Boy.
Ooh, not bad. Closer. There aren't 7 versions of the Game Boy, and it wasn't released then, but fair enough.
I think we already had a Game Boy before.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. There are 2 LCD panels to simulate 3D.
Oh, were there?
Go on, tell us more.
Masking tape.
In 1982,
Yeah.
simulating 3D.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The last clue, it had a strap around the neck so you could play it.
Harmonica.
No. It's a game.
It's a game.
One of them like things that you look for.
Yeah,
and
I'm just
click the
thinking like a
wheel, and, like, you
viewfinder.
get like Mickey Mouse.
You're even
going
closer,
around.
even closer, but it's not clicky because there's 2 LCD panels in it.
2 LCD.
It's the Tomitronic 3D.
What's that?
Oh. I can see
You
why.
might have to describe this.
Okay, so Pexy, do you know what I'm talking
No,
about?
no
okay,
idea.
This is a problem when most people in this room are younger than us.
Okay, well, it's true. I was just thinking, how old is Jeter? And I realised
Yeah.
you're also younger than me.
Yeah.
So you put it over your eyes like this. It was the same as the click wheel thing. You put it over your eyes.
Oh, was it really long?
No, it was about this long. It was about 2/3 of a foot, and you put it over your eyes.
2/3 of a foot. Who says that in these days?
I was like,
God, man.
I was going to say like
A
half.
man born
I was
around
going to say half
1982.
a foot, and I was like, that's too short, and it's like in between a full and.
So 8 inches.
Well, I don't know.
How many hand spans?
How many furlongs? Anyway, so it goes up to your eyes. It had 2 eye holes you look through,
Right.
and it was like the game I had was a little tank game, and you had to move it left and right, and you went.
Oh, I do
and you had to
remember
point
this.
it up, and you had. It's not going in clearly,
No.
but but it was it was like an interactive 3D thing. So you put it up to your eyes, and it was 3D because it had 2 different angles at it.
Yeah.
And you basically had these one I had little ships came at you from 3 different levels, and you had to move the thing left and right and try and shoot them out the thing before they bombed you and dodge the bombs and everything. If you go back and have a look at one, it's amazing, but
Cool.
I don't think you're going to put it in, which is a shame because
let's
it's.
ask.
If
Let's
you
ask
gave
the team.
if you gave it to a kid now, would they be entertained with it?
I think they wouldn't be as into it as I was, but I think they would be entertained briefly because you put it
Yeah.
on. It's still quite immersive.
Will they put it on and go, mate, your Oculus is rubbish?
Oh yeah, exactly. That may happen, but yeah, it was the precursor to like today's proper VR,
Yeah.
so I think it's awesome.
Okay, so that's one show of hands there
Yeah,
from
I
Gareth.
can't vote, so John.
John.
I want
Considering,
to get you one and show it first.
considering when it came out,
Yeah.
it does sound pretty awesome.
Yeah,
You know, 1982. VR is only now becoming something which is sort of mainstream, but even
Yeah.
then it's
Yeah.
not quite.
Yeah.
seriously, like, to put it this way, anyone who was born, I think, about 1985 to 1980 to 1985 at that point, and if they saw one now, they would just lose their mind because they were just so good at the time. If your friend had one, you wanted to go so much. And the thing is, it had like infinity levels, but level 9 was just impossible. So, okay,
I'm
John,
gonna
yes or no? Sorry.
I'm going to say yes because
Oh, awesome.
yeah, for the years, and you know, it's the early dawn of VR.
John's a yes. Chakalak.
I'm going to say no because I remember
You're
it,
in.
and I think you're shrouded in wrongness with this because,
Shouted in wrong.
because
Classic
it wasn't
phrase.
as good as
Right
you're
back now.
explaining it.
So if you had a sellotape, would you have said yes to this?
Yes.
Version 6.
There's
in
seven,
particular
yeah,
highlight.
there's 7 versions of that. No, I think basically that when you're talking about 3D, it was some LCDs, wasn't it? It was
Yeah.
like red and yellow.
No, it was like coloured. Anyway, whatever. You say no.
No, definitely
Pexy.
no.
I may regret this when I go back upstairs in a minute and have a look at this, but I'm going to say no as well, purely from not actually knowing it. And you haven't sold it to me in the last 2 minutes. You
need
look
to-
so gutted.
You need to play it. That's the thing, and I can't make you play it. So I appreciate your
Okay, well,
honesty.
next week I'll go upstairs and go have a look at this and kind of thing, and I may take that back next
If
week.
you had
and
said the
we may
3D
place it into
viewfinder, I would have said yes.
What?
That's amazing. You got the wheel, you click it, it looked like it was immersed. It was like you put it on, it had like a 100-inch screen in front
Fine,
of you.
whatever.
Was
I
it
hate
more
you.
entertaining than
Which version
sellotape?
did you play?
Definitely.
It doesn't matter. I don't care anymore.
Oh,
know if I-
Somebody's got a
on
grab
that
on.
bombshell.
So on that bombshell, just to remind you about the competition this week to win a Samsung level in headphone set. What they're called again?
Is headphones
Samsung level
phone?
in no, just simply the word phone by itself, not phones,
Phone.
not iPhone, just the word phone.
The word phone.
Just the word phone.
Phone.
Yes.
Phone.
Okay.
Phone.
Stop it. Okay. To win that, all you have to do is, as soon as you listen to this podcast, told us how many times you've said the word phone. Tweet to @TechRadar and with the hashtag IGNG. That's the hashtag IGNG to @TechRadar. So I want to say thank you very much for you listening. If you have liked this, and that is a very lovely thing if you have, we love you. You can find us on Twitter, as I've already explained, Facebook, and of course, please subscribe to YouTube for more sterling work like this. Say goodbye, James.
Bye-bye.
Mark. Goodbye.
John.
Goodbye.
And it's bye-bye from this guy.
Phone.